Good evening, everybody. The world of four. And welcome to Origins of the Ancients. My name's Kate Buxton. And Joe?
Right, no, I just said and I'm Brigitte.
I get carried away. So,
hey,
and
at the wall of four, right? That's a square. Oh, 7 doesn't work anymore. 4, 5. No, sorry, it doesn't work anymore. Okay, go ahead.
All right then. I'm a galactic light warrior, which means I do most of my work in dream time. I kind of like today get clues as to what I'm meant to be doing at night, and then everything kind of comes together in dream time. So I've also got a shop in Southsea at Portsmouth, Albert Road, and I do all the fair trade clothes and accessories and gifts and stuff like that. Oh, sweet. Yeah.
Do you know, it's really weird. I just want to say something because this is the lithium quartz with something else in it. But last night, really weirdly, I put it on my heart chakra. I just felt it needed to be cleansed. And then the rest of the night, it was pretty much in my hand, my right hand.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
You managed to keep hold of it all night.
Pretty much.
I usually wake up with them somewhere and it's like, or I step on it first thing in the morning.
Yeah.
How were your dreams? Did your dreams go a bit?
Yeah, I can't remember. It's really strange. The dream that I had, I was in a kitchen, right? And there were 2 chefs, like a chef and a sous chef, and something to do, because my dad's in spirit anyway. But I was cooking.
Right.
4 people.
Okay.
So very odd. And I woke up and I'm like, okay. All right.
Yeah. All right then. Well, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, not sure what that means.
No, I don't know. But you're cooking 4 people and you had staff.
Yes. Well, I was working. Yeah.
Yeah, right. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Leading a team. I don't know. I don't do dreams.
Me neither.
Saying that I work in dream time, I do dreams, but I don't sort of like do dreams that way. I've never gone down the analysis route of them. Hi, Holly. Yeah, no, I've never gone down the analysis route really. But I know there's somebody on here that does do that. So yeah, if anybody's interested, keep your eyes out. Of course, you would have all noticed that we are now on YouTube. You're not on Facebook at the moment, so you'll have to follow us on YouTube instead.
Right now.
Oh, hi, Liz.
Oh, I can't see them. Oh, here we go.
Hi, Kelly.
Kelly.
Right. So, what are we going to talk about today?
What? No, we're going to do a bit of freestyling. Talking about these scenes. I can do a couple of readings. Yes, I can. I'm happy to do so.
Yeah, so should we do readings for really good questions like we normally do?
Yep.
And if anybody's got any questions that they'd like to ask us about anything kind of randomly, then...
Richard has a question. Yeah.
Right, so we will hear from Richard in a minute because he's got a really good question apparently.
I think he's just having difficulties.
Does he get a card or does he not?
No, I don't need a card. Right, hi everybody, hope you're all doing.
Gary?
My question is this, okay?
Yes?
Yeah.
Yesterday, I was sitting there, and I like to read some stupid things to keep my brain occupied, because I can't do nothing, I get bored very quickly. But anyway.
Sorry, Wait, Richard, can they hear you or not?
Yeah, they can hear me.
Okay, fine.
I think they can hear me. If they can't hear me, I'm talking to myself.
Hi, Leslie.
Anyway, in drawing this article, I dig it out and send it to you, Vegeta and Kate. There is an article about how, with this month, with all the corona and everything sort of being all over the place and people no idea what's going on, this YouTube channel has got together and started to ask people to send in anything that they found is weird, in their skies. Now, I'm not saying aliens or UFOs. Well, I'm saying UFOs because it's not identified. It is a flying object, but they're not saying aliens. And from beginning of October until now, there's been so many strange crafts or things that are in the air that people cannot identify. NASA has not said anything. They've said, yes, we don't know what it is, we can't explain it. There's people with their telescopes filming on the moon, filming outside the moon, I should say, not on the moon. And crafts are just literally flying in the open. People like where I'm sort of standing, 300 yards, there's a craft just hovering there. And it's all over the place. There's so much activities. Now, am I right in saying, don't quote me, yet again from the article, is it the Anunnaki, is it Enki, or Enki, whatever it is called?
So, no, the Anunnaki, you're talking about the Anunnaki.
Yeah. Is it Enki?
Who's Enki?
Yeah. Does that ring a bell?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Enki...
Hold on. They were saying that he predicted, or it predicted, there's a time that's coming where all different beings would come together as one. Now, in this article, they were saying this now is the time. What's your thoughts on that? That's my big question.
He's the Sumerian god of water and knowledge, right?
Right.
He was, but yes, you're. Sorry, you want to go ahead first, Kate, and then I'll fill in.
Should I? Well, if I sort of explain. So right. You've got the god Anu, who is basically decided that he's going to rule over our planet and have it as his sort of thing. But, he's not going to run it himself because he's a hands-off landlord. So he sends his son. He's got two sons, right? And one is called Enki, one is called Enlil. He sends Enki down to Earth and he says, look, we need gold for our atmosphere. Earth has got lots of gold. I want you to go to Earth. I want you to engineer a being who's going to mine this gold out for us.
Correct.
But they needed the gold for their atmosphere. So they had problems with their atmosphere. And in order to stabilize it, they needed like a very fine gold dust in order to do that. They didn't have it on their planet. So Anu sent Enki here. Enki got here and engineered a being to do it, and he went, do you know what, this is awful hard work. I feel a bit guilty. I can't get the human race to do this sort of thing. It's not right, you know what I mean? So he goes back to Anu and he goes, can't be done, mate, basically. It's not fair on them and blah, blah, blah. So, and then Anu goes, right, okay, I'm going to send my other son down there. So he sends Enlil down. And Enlil isn't of such a kind heart. And basically, the people are already there and he gets it all working sort of thing and the producing of the gold. So further down the line, there's like a story that comes after that, but like that sort of explains who Enki is. Yes. I think.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Their atmosphere was dying, and they were trying to save their people. And so this is where the big divide comes in. This is where we talk about the light and the darkness.
Yeah.
And this is a example that you can see in Atlantis as well. I mean, you're forgetting about I think the Arturians, and who's the other race? There was another one. The Arturians, I'm sure the Pleiad, they also had to do with the hybrid of the human species, because there are, even though we're all one, we're all different. You know, we're all.
Yeah, we've been modified so many times before the Anunnaki came. You know, this is like they're comparatively recent on this planet's history. You know, they're probably coming here about sort of 250, 300,000 years ago, and people on this planet, beings on this planet, have been modified way before then. They did get a race on here before us called the Agigi, I think they're called, something like that.
But
they
even
had a race before us. They were working with them, and they sort of enslaved them into working for them. But because they were higher beings of a higher vibration, they sort of went, no, mate, we're not doing this, we're off. So like they came before us, and before them, there was someone else. But we're the.
Yeah. But remember, we also had the Venusians in the Gobi Desert that existed. We talk about Shambhala, that physically existed. And of course, Lord Sanat Kumara, who had already ascended from Venus, all right, because he's so far evolved, decided he would come and help Earth. And
and Venus is the planet of the Anunnaki, which is the planet of love, which kind of baffled me for a little while, because they've got a really bad rap, the Anunnaki have. And I don't know why, but I can't put them down.
I love the Anunnaki, and I have actually channeled them many a time, and they have admitted to their mistakes, especially when it's come to but they have evolved over millions of years, and you know, even up to now they have evolved. So you know, they are. I know that part. Some of them are on the Galactic Council, but every species, even ourselves, we have to evolve, you know, and it takes thousands of years. Millions of years.
No, I'm aware that they've completely changed from what they were then. They're not now what they were then. You've still got your dodgy Anunnakis, of course, because they're sitting up in the cabal. That's our cabal that we've got. Sort of trying to take over on this planet at the moment. So you have still got your dodgy ones.
Yes.
But for the majority, if you're talking about the leaders, it's like they have. I think even Enlil's kind of softened up a little bit. It's such an interesting subject. And then of course, just backtracking a little bit further, I had to find out where the Anunnaki came from. Right. And how I started on this was, I was like, who are these Egyptian gods that want to work with me? Why the hell should I work with them? I don't know who they are. You know, where did they come from? So, and that's when I was like, right, I'm going to trace this back, because I can't work with a god, all right, because they're not, they're just beings from other planets, right? So then I had to be like, why do I have to work with these people? You're asking me to work with you. You're getting me running around like, and I said, no, this stops now. I need to find out where you come from. So I did. I sat down. I worked out where every single god came from, what planet they came from, and it led me into the rabbit hole of, who are these Anunnaki people? I'm not having that. You know, you want me to work with them. You want me to work with Anunnaki, fine, but I need to know where you come from. So their race came from the Galactic Wars. Richard knew what he was doing when he started this, you know.
It came from the Galactic Wars, yeah.
But it did, because and we still do it to this day, royal families intermarry other royal families. So in order for there to be peace in the galaxy, the reptilians married into the Palladian royal families, and that's where the Anunnaki came from. So they're a crossbreed of the reptilian and the Pleiades. Now that's the point where I stopped. I was happy with that because I was like, right, now I understand where they come from. And then I had to work out why they were here. And then I got into the Egyptian gods, and it was like, right, okay, well, that's all you needed to do was just explain yourselves, and it's fine.
But as you know, many of the Egyptian gods are Syrian. If
They
we
are
look,
Syrian, yeah.
and like Krishna is Arthurian.
Yeah,
I love
but
Krishna.
you notice how they're depicted with blue skin.
Yeah.
And then I said, because you've got Ptah was the first Egyptian god. That was Enki, right? So I was like, oh, why has he got blue skin? Why has Ganesh got blue skin? Why do you see all these various different gods that we see? Why have they all got blue skin? And I was like, so that's another one I went down there and I found out where they came from.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I know.
I always say we're from the stars because we are from the stars. Technically, we are all from the stars. I mean, we're all cut from the same bark of wood. We all come from that same spark of energy or God source energy, but we're all star beings.
Yeah.
And I always say our life here is a walk back to the remembrance of self. That is our journey.
Yeah.
It's about lifting amnesia. And the more you go down, if you call it rabbit hole, it's not really a rabbit hole. It's really unearthing everything. And, you feed your mind with that knowledge and you're starting to understand. And the more that you start to understand, the more aware you become, because it's like, I always say life is very much like a jigsaw puzzle, right? When you come here, all the pieces are all over the place. And as you evolve in life, you slowly put the pieces of the puzzle back together. Now, people don't get it in this lifetime, and then it continues in another lifetime, where they get reincarnated. But yeah, I love that the Anunnaki, and the one thing the Anunnaki have said is about, they have said, like, that they were their own downfall, especially in Egypt, because what they said, the people of man, they call it the people of man, were not ready to receive, because knowledge equals power, and power leads to greed. And that is ultimately followed by disagreements and separation of the whole. Now, what happens then? Wow, you're separated from the whole. This leads to ego because you're ejecting God out, right? You're ejecting God's source energy out. That equals to warmongering, between the powers that be up there. Not up there, I meant, the powers that control the people. But what happens is that creates what they're saying, an uprising, and they're saying like war is always inevitable. It's like a cycle. And they're saying currently it's like, well, the people of man have been led astray. That's literally how they put it, and it's like what they say is like a sad consequence of the human deviation, because what happened in Egypt is like they bestowed humanity with the knowledge that they had, and they hope to inspire and to reawaken, their dormant souls. And they really wanted humanity to progress. They really wanted the souls to progress, and they wanted them to understand that a coexistence of all races on a higher level of consciousness could be possible. And they really hoped that they would, see their own true divine self. And instead, it's like humanity has deviated.
Yeah.
So it was there
under. Much more recent than we think as well. It's much more around sort of like, even I could say sort of maybe 2000, just over 2000 years ago.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? There was still knowledge and there was still technology out there. It's only really recent that we've been shut down.
Oh my God. No, I can't see it. What is it?
Okay, so question is...
Oh no.
What other species are on Earth with us now, and what are their purpose? Go on then.
God. Oh my God, there's
There
so
are
many.
there
Wow.
are so many. If you could think, so you've got, where do you go? You've got the Palladian star system. So you've got them here. There's Sirians, which is a neighbouring planet.
Yep.
There's kind of two main planets. There's three main planets to Sirius, but like most people generally will only work with two of them, like Sirius A and B. So then you've got Arcturians. There's things from Orion. There's Lyra.
Andromedan.
Andromedaeans.
Venusians.
There's Saturn. Just pick a planet and stick a being to it, and they're here because they are. I mean,
El Moria is from Mars. I believe that what's his name?
Two
Saint
races
Germain.
on Mars.
Yeah, Saint Germain is a Syrian. I believe he's Syrian. Is it Syrian? Yeah. I mean, there are so many star beings. Let's not forget the Lemurians in Middle Earth, because within the Earth there is a whole network. There are various races. Let's not forget the gnomes. Okay.
Yeah.
Gosh, there is so many, and they all do light work. And here yes, no.
The gnomes are spies. That's their cover, isn't it? They sit up. That's a very clever way of getting into our back gardens. I'm never going to see my garden gnome the same again. I think their purpose here is to raise our consciousness.
Yes.
And to teach us a different way of living, and to bring us forward.
Yes.
Yeah.
I
pretty
agree.
much. Yeah. I mean, they're here. They obviously blend in pretty well. They can walk into our bodies. Some people do have walk-ins.
But you have to remember, one thing you have to remember, I have to backtrack a little bit. Always remember that you are the universe, and when you are the universe, because the universe resides within you as much as it resides without you, but you are the universe expressing itself as a human being.
Yeah. I mean, it's pretty much like everyone here has come from another planet.
Absolutely.
We are one planet. We all look the same, but we all come from different planets. I mean, you might get a first timer here that has never incarnated before, and they've come on their first incarnation into a human body. Good luck with that. And so yeah, I suppose you would have that, your first incarnation into a body here, but you would have still come from somewhere else. This is a big planet full of tourists at the end of the day.
It is.
On busman's holidays. And we all come here to learn stuff.
I so agree. That's why
it's a training planet. It's a training planet. You come here to learn, to further your soul's journey.
Yeah. Oh, keep the peace. Well, who would I pull it for? Hallie's house. Yeah, but remember, before you're born, you choose the itinerary, remember? You choose the itinerary. You choose And when I say you choose the itinerary, that means you choose your parents, your location.
Yeah.
You decide how long you want to be there. You decide what clothes you're going to take with you. That means, if we want to put it in human terms, the country and the standards you're born into, what you want to learn. So
yeah,
that's
just
your
remember to read the small print, folks, so as you don't do it again.
It's okay, I'm a sadomasochist. There you go. All right, Hallie House. I will show you. Hallie House, Hallie House, Hallie House. Oh, isn't that funny? You see it?
Learning experience.
Well, it's funny because I've had that. I have pulled that card before too, and everything in life is a learning experience. Just before we went on, I was talking about that. Everything in life is a learning experience. But the problem is we get so stuck in the experience itself because we cling on to the drama of it. And what they're saying here is actually that, let me just put it here, it's easier. There are two things here, okay? What I'm gonna say to you, Hallie, is you have a light. They're saying this, you have a real bright light within you, but sometimes people take advantage of you. And regardless, it's always like you have your hand on your heart because you really are a person that gives from the heart. You really are a problem solver for people. Not always so much your own, but more for other people. You're like a way guide for other people. Although they're saying in your life at this present time, you haven't had an easy time. But the thing is, you have come to an understanding, more of an understanding within yourself and your, as they put it, gifts, I would say your abilities. It's like a reawakening of yourself, of the self. So you are learning to connect yourself on a level with who you are, who you are at your core and what you stand for. So you are it's not disseminating, it's like discerning. How do you call that? You are figuring out what's important in your life. So people that no longer serve you, it's like, okay, there's the door. I'm going to cut cords with you, and that is okay. So speak to spirit and speak to the angels because they are there for you, as you know. And at the present time, it's like they're saying, have that faith and have that hope, have that inner strength because you have it. And your inner strength is increasing day by day. If you compare yourself to like 6 months ago, you wouldn't even recognize that person. That's what they're saying. And where you're at now, 6 months down the line again, you will see that you're coming out stronger than you are today than you were yesterday. That's all it's saying. Okay, fine. When you are, this is true. When you are given challenges, because life is sometimes challenging, but when you're given challenges, right, your persona, your soul's growth is shaped by overcoming these hardships. Okay, this is when you shed the layers of who you are not back to who you are. So it's really nice to see because I can see you like, when you have, and this is such a cliche, but I'm going to give it, and a Kate can smack me. But, when you are like a caterpillar and you're cocooning itself and you're in the dark, it's a period of transitioning. There are okay, this is weird. They're saying you've got some loose ends to tie up. That's exactly how they're giving it to me. It's almost like I want you to shut a door in order for another door to open. You've missed some opportunities in life, they are saying. That is okay. that is fine, because there'll be new opportunities on your way. You are the greatest teacher, or the greatest guru, greatest teacher, same thing, is you. There is no greater teacher but you. And they're saying that you should realize that, so it's really about, life is a complete learning experience, but you also need to let go. Sometimes you have a bit too much control, and it's also about surrendering. It's about surrendering and having, like I said, having faith. So let go of the reins a little bit and just embrace all of who you are and all of your experiences, and just learn to go with the flow. Okay? Sometimes you're your own worst enemy within your head. Kate, you want to add to that?
I got there's a lot going on in your head at the moment, but things are going to improve. So you've got the end of a difficult situation, and where you've like seen the truth in a situation. I feel like you've walked away from it. You've had a really good idea to get yourself back on track and get everything back in order. But there might be a bit of a challenging beginning with it. You're not quite out of the choppier waters, but you are moving into calmer ones. And again, I've got the same. I've got the card here, and it's possibly moving, but it's moving abroad. And basically, if you go with your gut feeling on things, because you're really aware of, like, psychically, of what's going on around you, and it's about sort of releasing the things that are holding you back in order that you can move forward. I can kind of see it like it's, like when you get like a catapult with an elastic band and you pull it back, you're at the point there where you pull it back, and when you let it go, everything's just going to happen and fall into place. That's how they've shown it to me, like a catapult. So yeah, there are things going on behind the scenes, but you're going to be aware of what they are, and I don't think you'll be backwards in coming forwards about sorting those things out, sort of thing. But it's just release all the fears that hold you back, and just let that catapult go.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Oh, spot on. Good. Thank you.
What's the question?
I'm always surprised. It's like, wow. We never really finished answering Richard's question, because at the end of it, he said, "Do you think the time is now for these beings to come down, basically, and show themselves?"
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
Do you know how I love looking at the sky at night? I love the stars. I love watching the stars, and I love the beautiful skies that we have these days. They are so beautiful. It's amazing, especially when it's getting dusk and you see the purples and reds, and I've never seen it like that. There is
I'm sure we never used to have skies like that.
No, we did not.
We didn't.
And I just love it.
No, I'm sure we didn't. Yeah, we never had those red skies that we have now. Those orangey red skies that we have. I'm sure we never used to have them. And when you look at the clouds that are there, you're like, ship. Oh, that's a big ship. It's like their cloaking device isn't working properly, is it? No. I can see most of that one. It's like, whoops.
It's so weird. Yeah, what is it?
Following on from that great question, how many planets are we present on?
What, the human race?
Yes.
The human race.
It's a bit different for us. It's a bit different for us because we're not as advanced. and we don't have the vibrational frequency to be able to transport in the same way as other planets do, because we're like eons behind, you know, we're like the last ones to go over sort of thing.
Yeah, it's very politely put.
Yeah, we don't have the technology. Like, we do have the technology, but it's not commonplace. It's not, everyone's not aware of it. You know, the people that have the technology that would take us to other planets it's hush hush, should we say. It's very kind of on the down low sort of thing. So it's not the same for us as it is for other races from other planets coming here. I mean, I know that we've got a base on Mars. I know that we've got a base on the moon. Theoretically, of course, you know, you can travel anywhere. So some people will be out traveling galactically to other planets, on ships to other planets, working on ships. That'll be a part of their job. Their spiritual job will be like, you know, doing stuff on ships or being a part of armies or whatever, because every planet has got an army. Ours is, like I say, it's different because it's not tangible for us in the way that it's tangible for other planets.
Well, I mean, so yeah, but if, you know, I mean, Ashtar ships are all over.
Yeah, and if like there will be people that are physically on ships, but there will also be people who are on ships, but in a spiritual way.
Yeah,
does that make sense? You know, so it's kind of, it's different for us. We are out there, but we're not out there in the same way as they are.
Correct.
Yeah.
We are a bit of a devolved species.
Yeah, to be polite about it, we're eons behind. Yeah. Well, we've got another one here. Hang on. Oh, same person. Yeah. I was thinking the Black Ops programs might have contact and place a few of us here and there to learn. Yeah.
Next.
No, I'm not puzzled. I just kind of have to be careful what I say, because I do get stopped a lot of the time.
I don't know.
Oh, Christine, you've got your poncho and handbag. Oh, brilliant. Yeah. So Leslie, how did you first get interested in these different species? Not sure if that's the right word.
Oh.
They find you. Quite honestly. Yeah, you know, like, you always know there's something funky going on, and then one day in a meditation it will just slap you around the head, and that's it. And then, you know, all of a sudden your spiritual life is very different to everybody else's. And then they just...
Sorry, they're not different species. They're the same as you and I. They just have a different
shell.
Different shell.
They've got a different shell.
Different embodiment, and that's it. But we're all the same. We're all particles of that same light source.
Yeah, well, we wear human suits and they wear suits from wherever they come from, but it's all the same.
Exactly.
There's a really good meme out there with a little ET ironing his human suit for Monday morning.
Oh, there you go.
I love it. But yeah, they kind of find you, and then it's a bit of a roller coaster from there. But, you know, if you put God, you know, it's not exclusive. I mean, if you want to be getting into this sort of thing, just put your intention out there and it will happen. You know, it's not an exclusive thing. How I came across it, I started off with shamanic, but of course they're linked with star beings. They came from the Pleiades and they came from Sirius. So I started off with shamanic, and then I started going to a medicine wheel, and I started in the meditations within the medicine wheel. That's when they started coming in, and then I've found out about all the other stuff that goes with it. But yeah, I don't know how it all started for you, but that's kind of how it all started for me. I mean, I've been doing had stuff since I was little. I was always seeing animals and stuff like that. But I mean, yeah, it's only when I started down the shamanic route that it really got me around the head, I think.
Yeah, no, I remember I had a guide when I was young, and I used to think it's weird because in my dreams it was like there was a cord, you know, and it was like it felt like an elastic cord, but it wasn't an elastic cord, of course. But I remember it was an elderly lady with glasses. Not old, but I mean in her 50s. I have no idea who she was, but yeah, I do remember seeing her like every single night.
Yeah.
You know, life kind of takes over, and then you go through certain things. And for me, the healing started over 10 years ago. Before that, I used to read for people. I was so busy, but the channeling, which I really like, and it's really weird for me now because I can sit and talk, and all of a sudden it's like it just comes flooding in, and I'm like, oh God, okay, and I'm talking to somebody, and it'll just come out, you know. But yeah, it just comes naturally because it's like a fusion, you know, because we're all, like I said, we're all part of the same, you know, that we are not disconnected from one another. We're all connected to the whole. So it's like a fusion. I can't explain that to you. But they're just part of you, whoever you connect with.
Yeah, no, I know what you mean, because you've got all the different monads, haven't you? When you work out that everybody's got an energy beam, so say there's a channel attached to my head, there's a channel attached to yours. Do you know what I mean? If you just see it like that, and when you work out that with someone's permission, you can enter that, you've got everything just there. It's not like I don't use guides to do readings and stuff like that. It's like I don't bother with them because things get mixed up with guides. So you go straight into the energy signal, and then like there, why do I need to go through a guide to get to them? You know, when you can just go straight to the person.
Absolutely. But you know, I remember doing that in the past with the guides. You connect to the guides or the archangels or whatever. But now,
you spend a lot of time waiting around because one's got to speak to the other one, and then the next one, and then the next one, and you're like, oh.
But there is no right or wrong. Sorry, Richard?
Okay, Leslie, I've seen things since I was a child, but I've never really been led towards different planets. Like I say, if you're interested in it, then you know you'll hook into it, no problem. If there's a particular planet or constellation that you find interesting, you know, just get yourself onto Google and have a look and see what you come up with. I mean, the only thing I will say about doing research that way is that not always accurate, and there's usually more going on.
How about, Leslie, just sit down and contact, don't do any research, just sit down and contact the Pleiades. They're a bit lighter there. The Sirians are a bit more oomph, but the Pleiades are very light, and it's all about love. And oh my gosh, I have to tell you something though. I really have to tell you something. Because I've been doing my inspirational writing. Pleiades came through about love. Oh my gosh. Because, you know, when it comes to love, we have so many fears attached to it because that's what we have been taught. You know, there's shame, there's guilt, you name it. And they're like, why? Because it's not, you know, when people are together and they make love, it is a shallow kind of love. That's what they call it because it's only in the physical sense. Whereas it should be, as they're saying, a cosmic cosmic orgasm that's on a way higher level. No, I've not. I've seen parts of it.
Oh, really? Have you not? Oh, watch it. Watch it this weekend.
That's yeah, absolutely, and yeah, and that's very, very true. Oh, Leslie, want a card? Yes. Oh, okay. So a card for yeah. Oh, thank you. Who said that? Ah. Oh, well, this is weird. I had two come out, so I'll tell you what they are. You see that? Can you see that, Kate?
Yeah.
Yeah. Got it?
Transformation and surrender you've got there.
Yeah, surrender and transformation. I've had the surrender card as well. And I love transformation. So surrendering at this point, hello. When you surrender, it is about, there are several aspects to that. So surrendering is actually not an it's not an easy one. Yeah, for me it is now, but what they're saying is, again, with surrendering, you need to let the control go. You need to let the reins go, because you have been asking for help in certain aspects of your life, but when you try and keep control, it's like they can't do anything. Your guides can't help you. So this is about calling back your power, right? And it's almost like they're saying, like, take a back seat and just go with the flow. Because if you control a situation, it's just not gonna, it's you consume your mind with it. So if you ask them for help, just let go. That's really the simple, that's what they're saying. And it's okay to feel overwhelmed from time to time. That is okay. But surrender. And transformation, where you're at right now, that's really weird, because I know transformation is actually Saint Germain, and that's the first thing that I got. Although I'd like no, it's really Saint Germain in this case. But transformation is you're actually ready now to go beyond what no longer serves you, that something that's no longer helpful in your life. And you need to make space in your life for the new to come in. Okay. There might be something, I don't know if you've been clearing out, and clearing out is very broad. It's from clearing out old stuff that you no longer need, or it's people that you no longer I don't want to say value, but that no longer serve you in your life. And it's like you're going through a time of
I got that.
Sorry. A time of decluttering. And that is a good thing, because it's almost like I feel like I've been suffocated for the last couple of months. So they're saying you're moving away from that stagnant energy, because it's time for you to move
moving.
Yeah, because it's like you've
literally
been
moving.
Yeah, okay, but you've been like a dog chasing its tail. So, and this is the thing, it's almost like you want to learn more, you want to know more. There is this you have a well of inner knowing within you. But they're saying now it's time to fully embrace who you are, because you only show a certain aspect of yourself. And that's not a bad thing, Leslie, but there is so much more to you. There is so much more that you can do. And you're really going through, it's almost like they're saying, on a spiritual level, you're going through a transformation. downloads that have been going on, but it's also in the physical sense. And when you clear away that clutter, what happens as well is, and this is of course the psychology of it all, is like you will start to have a better connection. You already have a connection, but it sometimes doesn't filter. There are too many layers to it. So sometimes you'll have a clearer connection than other times. Also, okay, fine. They're saying, that sounds so rude, but it's not. They're saying there are certain foods that you need to leave to the side. Okay, so you need to just leave certain foods out of your diet. I'm gonna put that really politely. And the other thing is that they're saying, be committed to your growth, to your own growth, because right now that is a necessity. And you will see that down the line, you're really going to reap the benefits of it. This is not about, it's really, you're really in a learning mode and letting go mode and moving forward and turning and changing, your life around, really. So yeah, that's kind of it. I'll let Kate do the rest.
Yeah, I pretty much got the same. I felt like, leaving a situation, possibly a fella behind, because this card came up, that's renewal.
Oh, yeah.
So, like, possibly, leaving a bloke behind. It's not been great. I think that's probably the best way I can put it. It's not been great. See, I've got this. This is the Tower card, but when I get this Tower card, this is also moving house for me sometimes. So I want to put those two together and say that this is involved with this. So there's a lot going on at the moment with that, and it's like your head. I feel like your head's just exploded.
I was just going to say the same. Yeah.
It's just sort of done that sort of thing. But if you're work-wise, there is a new opportunity work-wise. So if you're worried about money and everything falling into place like that, don't be. It will be fine. There is a new opportunity for you at work, like a promotion or something like that, and that's kind of going on over the top of everything else. So it's sort of like I feel it's kind of like, you've got something else to fling yourself into, and what's going on here, isn't going to bother you so much because you've got this new opportunity going at work, and you can focus on that, and it will just sort of shift everything forward. So yeah, pretty much the same as you. Oh no! Oh dear. Well, we'll see about that one then. All right, years ago.
Oh really?
Well, let's just see, shall we? Yeah, swiftly moving on. If I'm getting that and you're saying that, then the future part of it is the work thing, and that's already done. That can be good that way. That's fine.
It's just a confirmation. That's fine.
Mary, where do the very pale grey beings come from?
Oh, the pale grey beings.
They have a really big presence on ships. Where do the greys come from? I should know that.
I am just wondering.
Because there's two types of I'm not gonna Google it. But there's two types of grey. There's two main types of greys, and there's two types of greys basically. You've got the short greys and the tall greys.
Correct.
There is a really big divide amongst greys. Some are all right, some of them are not. I've only really known greys to be on board ships. I've not encountered them on a planet, their planet per se. I've encountered them here,
Yeah,
but
that,
I've not
mhm.
encountered them on a planet. I don't know where they come from.
The only ones that are known are the Zeta Greys, but that's it.
Yeah, Zeta reptilians. They are reptilians as well, as well, aren't they?
You're thinking of the Roswell ones, the ones in Area 51.
Yeah, they were short ones. They're all right. But just if you do encounter them, just check their energy before you get involved with them. I'm not saying don't. I'm just saying you need to be careful with them.
Yeah,
pretty much. I'm sorry, I don't know where they come from, but I hope a little bit of information has been useful.
they come from the Zeta Reticuli system. I have never heard of that star system.
I have.
Okay.
Richard says, turn left at Pluto, turn right, and then go somewhere else. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, that. Let's do that. But they've got a big presence here, and a big presence in the galaxy. But as I say, I've only encountered them here, underground, but I've not encountered them. I've found them on ships. I've done healing with them. They're amazing healers, absolutely amazing. They come in when I do healing. They're the ones that got all these little gadgets and devices and things that they put in. They've got amazing tech to do healing with. But yeah, as for planet, I don't know.
Never been, no. Yeah.
Crikey.
Yeah,
Oh, the time has flown tonight.
I know.
Okay, Mary.
Mary Dixie. Oh, that's a good one. Did you want to go first?
Don't mind. Yeah, I can do. Hang on, let me just. I'm faffing.
Very cool. What?
Saw a family cool. On the folks. Oh wow, cool. Was they on holiday? Was they on their holidays?
That's
I don't know what I'm doing with these cards now. What is it with moving house tonight?
Didn't get that one with Mary. But
yeah.
I didn't know you were an empath. Yeah, well, that would make sense. Yeah.
Vulnerability and freedom. Oh, right, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so who's going first?
Oh, I don't mind. It's fine. That's a new one, vulnerability and freedom. It's so funny because, I mean, I mean, what they're saying here is that you are an empath and you are really, so that means, I mean, you know what an empath is, but but not only that, you are so intricately connected, they're saying, to your own soul. And currently, even though it's like they're saying, you may have had recent waves of emotions that have overwhelmed you, but they're saying these are actually great reminders of how much you care about living in your own truth, and that is far more so now than it was several months ago. You have become so much more aware within yourself. It's like incredible. I wouldn't recognize you from a few months ago, honestly, Mary. But they're also saying that right now it's time for you to value those those little traits and quirks that you have that make you the uniqueness that is you, okay? Because you hide sometimes behind the persona that you are not. And they're saying that it's really time for you to step out of that comfort zone and to step out into the world, to show them who you are, and allow others to value you too, because you don't always do that. And you don't like to be put forward, so to speak, okay? But you're actually being encouraged to do that now. You are like a little bit of a light beacon to a lot of people. And you don't always see that in yourself. It's like, it's okay. I mean, you've gone through a lot and you do a lot for other people. Sometimes you give more than you get back, and it's okay to give yourself a pat on the back, they're saying. And what's the other thing here? The other thing is that you do ask for help, but you need to give your spirit guides and angels permission to help you. Sometimes it's really funny. You're one of these people that you will help other people, but if other people want to try and help you, it's almost like, go away. I can sort this out myself. And that is the way you are. I also get with you that you are a healer. And I'm not sure, because I keep getting lightheadedness with you. That's almost like downloads, but it's also that you're far more aware of spirit these days. So, and that's like the downloads that are happening. That's just an acceleration in growth right now. I don't know if there is someone around. This is really strange because my voice keeps going. I don't know if that is your own throat, or if there is someone around you that has throat issues. Okay. So sometimes it feels like, Mary, it feels like you feel that like you're in this little box, okay, and that you're locked in this little box. But they are telling you to learn to expand yourself beyond the boundaries that you believe exist, okay? And I'm going to leave it at that. I'm going to pass you on to Kate.
Okay. Right. There's money coming in, but I feel like it's not moving quickly enough. It's like 2 steps forward, 3 steps forward, 2 steps back. And it's incredibly frustrating, but you will get there. You will get the contract signed. It's going to be a case of looking at things from a little bit of a different perspective. It's only a temporary standstill, so don't worry too much about it. But you've got also the 9, and that's why I'm saying, like, you've got the 9 of Cups there, which is the wish card in the tarot. So whatever your main, I've got it in mind as well. Whatever your main goal is, you need to speak out to achieve this. Okay.
Yes, that's probably it. Yeah,
that's what it is. You need to speak out to achieve this. It's a case of you might not feel like you can, but you can. You're going to have to voice yourself in order to get this done. And it's like you need to push yourself forward. And they're showing it to me like you need to get yourself into the spotlight. It's like you're going to need to move some people out of the way to get to where you want to be. And you are going to have to voice yourself and move, in order for that to happen. but it will be fine. Yeah, like don't worry about it. And that's the thing. It's like I think you need like a blue stone. You need kyanite or you need sodalite or something like that, and it will help you bring your voice out because it feels like
That makes sense.
it
Yeah.
feels like there's a cork in there, and I just want to pull it out. You know. So I don't know if it's almost like you've not been allowed to speak before, but like you can. All you've got to do is take the stopper out and get rid of it. Anyway, there you go.
Thanks, Mary. Sananda. I know that. Come on. Well, he's known as Sananda. Is he Syrian?
I think so.
I mean, he's known as Sananda. I mean, Jesus Christ or Sananda. I can't remember if he's Syrian.
I'm just going with the eyes because he's those piercing blue eyes. I always put them together with Sirius.
Did he have? Yeah, he did. Yeah. Could be. I don't know. I can't remember. I cannot remember.
Yeah, I should know it off the top of my head, right?
I mean, they do say that he was Syrian. Yeah.
I think he's Syrian. I think that's where he comes from.
Mm.
I don't know. I only just made it up with him. We've been bonding for 2,000 years. But, what's 2,000 years between friends or whatever we were to each other? He has got a sense of humour, albeit a very dry one. He knows that he tries to be very serious. Serious. That's the humour, though, isn't it? He tries to be very serious, but really he knows I won't entertain it. So yeah, he gets called that Jesus a lot, and I rib him to pieces, but it's fine because for some reason I'm allowed to do that.
Well, is he not from Venus though?
I don't know. I'm going to have a look around. I'm sure I've read somewhere. It would have stuck in my head if it was from Venus. I don't know.
Well, Venus is the planet of love, right?
Well, yeah, and that's his main thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's what it's all. Jesus saved the Klingons. I think the Klingons would have tried to eat him for breakfast, wouldn't they? I wouldn't be surprised. Are we going to do a card for Dawn then? Can you do a card for Dawn? Because Dawn's my cousin.
Really?
Yeah.
I think he was from Venus. I'm telling you.
His eyes are just amazing, and they freaked me out for years.
If you look at Lord Sanat Kumara, he has amazing blue eyes as well.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. No, he's they're so striking. I see them in other people, and they just kind of stop me dead.
That's a really cool card, man. You see it?
Up a bit. Trust the universe. Oh, sweet.
It's a really cool card. Kind of says, but you know what's so funny? You see that on top? It's like a Stargate, part of the Stargate.
Oh yeah.
See that?
And there's pyramids in there, and that's really cool because Dawn makes orgonite pyramids.
There you go. Yeah. Yeah.
Ah,
Yeah, that's the Bible. It's written by men.
okay. He's not. No, he's not from this earth.
Neither are we.
No, no, none of us are from here.
So where was I? Yeah, so part of the Stargate. Yeah, and there's a pyramid right in the middle. Yep. It's really funny because when I look at that, trust the universe, but you know what I said earlier? The universe resides as much within you as without you. It's just an understanding thereof. That means that you are capable of anything you set your mind to. You are also very much in tune with yourself. I love this card because it signifies to me like you are in the middle of that pyramid. But one thing, you could answer that if Dawn is not quick enough. Do you get headaches? Because I just got one right now, just like that. It will go away after this. I mean, in a minute or so. But there's a lot going on around you. I also get a lot of changes around you. But you are like a little conjurer. You are like a little magician, they say. That's how I'm going to put it. You are very much in tune, but sometimes you look the other way. They're saying, so it's almost like I want to say sometimes your faith is very much challenged. And it's like they're saying you got to trust the universe, and you kind of stick up with your middle finger, you know. They're saying that that you, throughout your life, currently there have been, you've been given experiences, and you understand that these are experiences, but they're also saying there are no coincidences, but what they would call them are not coincidences, but God incidences. So when you shift that mindset just a little bit, you will understand, okay, there are no coincidences, but God incidences. And everything is going to unfold in divine timing. Okay, if you want something, it's not going to happen tomorrow. It doesn't work like that. It doesn't always work like that. Sometimes it's like what we want is not what we would need at this present moment in time. Okay, but there are opportunities coming your way. I feel you've missed the boat with some things, but they're saying not to worry at all. Because you are the creator of your own little universe. Yes. And you also know what is the right path to take for you. I think that's the fine tuning that has come into play lately. So you understand the synchronicities within your life, okay? And you understand the signs that come into your life. And it's almost like I want to say to you, you have also learned to appreciate life more, about the wonders of life. And you can just sit there and absorb life itself. You can just look around and see the beauty in all that there is. And you do get these messages from the universe, or you do get a lot of messages. You're very creative as well. But you get the messages to say that they're reminding you to trust the universe. Okay. This is very true. They're saying there is no such thing as chance. Okay. Because all is well, all is guided. Yeah, okay, fine, I agree with that. All is guided, but they're saying if you lose an opportunity, that is okay. Don't go smacking your head, because you missed something, or because you missed the signs and you felt like you shut down. It is okay. As long as the one thing they say is, if you ask something, that seems to be a running theme, learn to let go and just learn to trust. Sometimes you deviate a little bit away from the center of who you are. And then it's like they smack you back into place. I don't know how to put that because I can see it. Right now, it's also, like I said, with the downloads, I can see that running along your spine as well. So it may be that you feel uncomfortable at times, but just accept it, okay? There's also something else about drinking more water. I don't know if you drink a lot of coffee. I don't know what it is. You're drinking something else, but they're saying just drink a lot more water, and just throw crystal in it, because that really helps. Um, and you are somebody that does analyze a lot. And they're saying, will you stop doing that? Will you stop over analyzing in your head? Because you are on the right path. And I don't know, sometimes when you over analyze, you might feel that in your gut, or you get like a tummy ache, or just um, oh, it's not the right word. I can't think of the right word in English, but you'll get like a pang or something. Um, and it's amazing what life has in store for you. It really, really is amazing. I don't know I don't know if you paint or you write, but there is a lot of creative energy around you. And it's almost like when you stand in your own I am power, as this is how they're giving it to me, you have so much to give to other people. It is incredible, because you are like this powerhouse of energy around other people. And the effect that you have on other people is actually incredible, even though you're just like, yeah, whatever. Because that's just kind of the way you are. But what they're saying is that you need to learn to trust that you are deserving of all these good experiences that are coming your way. And you have to understand that the universe will deliver these for you. You just have to learn to trust a little bit more. But just a beautiful soul, and amazingly in tune. I would kind of say also kind of like a galactic warrior, like Kate. Pretty much, yeah. Like Stargate, here I come.
Yeah, I was going to say, Dawn, your skulls have linked in to my little friend here, because I don't know if you can see it on there, but one has landed in my little. I don't know if you can see it. There's one that's sort of just landed in this, and they're talking to each other. So that could be interesting. Okay, right. What are we doing now?
I can't. Oh, you're welcome. What's going on? Yeah.
No.
Tomorrow, 2:30 p.m. a conversation with Bex. So she is very much straight to the point, and I believe this will
Brilliant.
be YouTube. Live on YouTube. Yep. No. Tomorrow evening we have a demonstration of mediumship with Sam Pert. Also live on YouTube from 11 a.m. Oh, 11 a.m. this morning. Oh, it's 8 p.m. tomorrow night. Okay, fine. So 8 p.m. tomorrow night, demonstration of mediumship with Sam Pert. That should be good. I've not heard of Sam Pert before. Is okay? So definitely, yeah, watch him. Well, yes, but first you go back. Well, when you shed this body, you are eternal. Your soul is eternal, so you will go on. You are forever alive. But yeah, I mean, once we cross over, we go back. First, we go through our live review and we step into the movie reel and then see what things we could have, how we could have handled situations differently or treated people differently. And then we just go wherever you want to go. If you want to go back home to your planet, then yeah, you can do that. Right, Kate?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, same thing. I think, you leave here, you look at, what happened, and then you sort of decide what to do from there. I mean, you might want to come back again.
I know.
or go home. Yeah.
I know. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, Julie Caswell. Oh. Oh, duh. I have to put this one back in. Whoa. Let me just do this. Oh. You want me to go first?
Yeah.
Okay, so I will show you which one I have. It is this one. Ask and it is given. Ask and receive. See it?
Yeah.
So, Julie, I love the colors around it, but I love the purples and the blues and the oranges. It's the combination of your spirituality, your just going by this, besides learning to ask and receive, but it's learning to communicate better, learning to be who you are, but also you're also evolving your spirituality, so to speak, evolving your awareness more. There's also something around you where your angels are there to help you, your spirit guides are there to help you. All you have to do is ask, because without you asking, nothing is going to happen, because they are bound to your free will, so to speak. So this is a time in your life where you're actually being encouraged to shift your perceptions. I can see that you are starting to do that. And sometimes I know many people are going through difficulties, but they're just saying right now it's not been the easiest of times for you. Okay. But when you ask, they're saying miracles are always possible. It's not necessarily in the way we might want them, but it is what is best for us at that particular moment in time. But in actual fact, yeah, this is very true. They're saying in actual fact, sometimes you are your own greatest enemy. And you don't realize that, because sometimes we block our own intentions because our mind takes over. All right. And you have to understand, because you are an energetic frequency, an energetic being, okay, you are pretty much the creator of your own little universe. And sometimes our greatest stumbling blocks are ourselves. But once you start to realize that, once you start to shift that perception within yourself and you become a little bit more aware, a bit more mindful, okay, that's when the shift will start to happen. Sometimes in your head, it's like there is a no, but I can't. No, but I can't. Yes, you can. Yes, saying yes, you can. You need to. There's, like I said, it's about changing yourself now. So it's learning to say yes to experiences that kind of light your soul up. Okay. And once you do that, it's the same thing when I've spoken about experiences. we cling on to the emotional drama of an experience, whereas it is just an experience. So it's learning to just detach from that. Once you learn to detach from certain situations because you understand that it is just an experience, then they say you can breathe a little bit lighter. Okay. And sometimes you're just like, do you know what? Sometimes I do really, really ask. Actually, no, Brigitte, I do ask for help. And they're saying, but, and you feel like, it's like you aren't being heard, or your prayers aren't being heard. And it isn't true. They are hearing you, but everything happens in divine timing. And that's a terrible thing to say, divine timing, because it won't happen overnight. It could take a month, it could take 2 months, it could take a week, but everything happens in divine timing. But you also need to understand within yourself where you create these barriers, within your life, whether that's in relationships or in any type of relationships, or work, or just anywhere in your life. So again, they're saying it's learning about being more aware within yourself. You need to learn to align your energy back to yourself, because sometimes I feel you're a little bit out of sync. And that causes, I'm not going to say, I always say it causes some I'll call it this way. It causes some discomfort within you. Okay. So ask for the support, and it is given. Exactly as it says, ask and it is given, or ask and receive. That's the same thing. So it's really stepping out of the own stumbling block of yourself. That's it.
Yeah, don't be stubborn. Yeah, don't be stubborn. There's a time and a place for being stubborn and proud. And sometimes you've just got to step outside of that and go, no, I really do need to ask for that help, or to sort of get yourself to move forward, because all I was getting over and over again is stubborn and proud, stubborn and proud. It's like, yeah, you can be like that, but sometimes you just have to swallow it, because otherwise you ain't going to go forward.
Yep.
But on the subject of moving forward, if you feel like you've been stuck in a situation just recently, that is going to move forward now. And don't worry about money. Money's fine. You've got work, but you've got work in 2 towns. One is slightly better than the other one, I have to say, and I do feel like it's going to be a bit of a balance. It's going to be a bit of a balancing act. Usually, I'd say with this card, you would sort of leave one behind and move to another one permanently. But I feel like you're going to be doing these 2 jobs for quite a while. So you've got enough money coming in, you've got money saved, but you need to hold on to some. Don't be tempted to give it away. If somebody is going to ask you for some money, maybe you want to be like, no, I need to hold on to that, it's mine. So you need to make sure that you keep some money saved. Nothing's going to happen to it. There's not a problem with money. The flow of it feels absolutely fine to me. It's just, I feel like you need to hold on to it, perhaps instead of giving it away. You need to just sort of, have a look around that. But it's fine. Don't worry, honestly. Yeah, really nice and positive, actually. I don't feel like, you've got this balance of work thing going on. You're going to prefer it in one place, one place to the other place. But I don't feel like you're leaving one and moving to another one. I think you're going to be working in both, or you work between 2 places. That's it. Okay, do we have time for one more question, or?
Okay. Yeah.
Are these beings from other planets walking around us as we are? Yeah, in their human suits.
Yeah.
Rather than in spirit form. Can we see them as humans? Yeah, we do see them as humans. Very occasionally they're field drops and you might catch a glimpse of them. When, you know, if you catch them off guard, you might catch a glimpse of them in their true form. But for the majority, we'll just see them as humans.
Yep.
Because they're in their human suits.
Absolutely. Yep.
Right.
Well, there's another question. Really?
I like that though. When we get lots of questions, I do like that. Well, it gives me a stretch as well, which I like. I like that. I like a challenge. I know you do, Richard. You do challenge me. No, I think you're right there, Richard. I think people do need to question what's going on around them a bit more.
Yes, I agree. Oh, my turn? You see that one?
Yeah, guardian angel.
I know. It's really cool. The background's really cool. The stars and the multidimensionality of because we're all multidimensional beings. But for a nature lover, as you know, with guardian angels, your guardian angel has been with you since your soul's creation. And I don't always feel my guardian angel next to me. Sometimes it's just different people. But what they're saying right now is that your guardian angel is actually drawing closer to you than ever. And those in the spirit world, they accept us completely as we are, farts and all or not. Because we're human. We're living the human life. So saying with this guardian angel, like before you came to Earth, you have danced amongst the stars. That's funny, because you literally have, and it's almost like I want to say sometimes you have an overwhelming feeling of loneliness, but they're saying you are never alone because you have us, including your guardian angel, and there are lots of other beings around you. Actually, there's so many around you, but it's so you're never. They're saying you're never alone. You really are never alone. And what they're trying to do at this moment in time is they try and make you feel loved and safe. That's really, really sweet but you have many around you. And they're saying you will never walk this path alone because we are always with you. Learn to connect with us a little bit more or to communicate with us a little bit more. Because even though you are not going through the easiest of times, there is always light at the end of that tunnel, no matter how long that tunnel may seem. So this is just actually this is just a simple reminder for you that they are there for you. And that even when you feel overwhelmed, you can always talk to them. Okay. And remember, if you talk to them, you have to invite them in, because as I said before, they can't intervene with free will. But if you tell them your problems, if you tell them, listen, hey, I need help with this, then they are there for you. And through conversations with them, they're saying, okay, sorry, there's something else coming in. This is really weird. Do you keep a journal? If not, if you did keep a journal at some point, they're saying, can you please get back to that? because you do sometimes get stuff through. You're somebody that actually also likes to sit outside. I wouldn't like to sit outside in this cold weather, but if you haven't started journaling, then please do so, because that will strengthen the connection. Because technically you are very in tune. It's just getting through the layers a little bit. And that's it, really. The other thing you need to do is learn to trust yourself a little bit more. So yeah, keep a journal. If you haven't started it, start it. If you have started it and you stopped it, can you please go back to that? Because that's how you will sit and connect with them. And even if you just sit very quietly, and sometimes I like to listen to Solfeggio frequencies, sit very quietly and then just connect with them and ask them, do you have a message for me? And then simply don't overanalyze, okay? But just sit there and listen to what you get. And that in that way you will start to realign yourself, okay? And center yourself back to yourself. Okay, Kate?
Are you working with the triple goddess Hecate? Because if you're not, you should be. There is a specific meditation to connect with her, and it will take you onto a beach. You'll go around a statue of the triple goddess, and then that will take you off out into the universe, and that's where you're dancing around the stars. She'll take you on a trip around the stars, and she'll tell you exactly what you need at the time. Now, if you're not working with her, you need to be working with her. You can. She is linked to Ishtar, which links back to Inanna, which goes back into Anunnaki, and Inanna is Enki's wife. She also links into Mother Mary. So you just do that meditation, and if you're not acquainted with her, this is all they're saying to me. It's like, you've got to do this meditation, and you need to. If you're not working with her, you need to be working with her. And if it's, I sort of feel like maybe you haven't worked with her for a while, but she's definitely calling you to get in contact with her and all the aspects of her, because you've got the triple goddess aspect, but there's many more than that, and it's there ready for you to sort of digest. Pretty much, that's it. Cool. I'm not going to do the cards because I don't really feel like they're relevant. But that's what I had. That's what I had for you. You are. If you're not doing it, you should be out there in the universe working, and she's waiting for you. And when she does, it's fun. You'll enjoy it.
How do you spell that?
Hecate. Hecate.
Okay.
Hecate, the triple goddess. So she's got three aspects there, but there's many more than that. And if you really look into her history and that, you'll find that she comes back all the way through, right down into the Anunnaki. She's amazing to work with. I'm not sure I understand. My doesn't understand me, it says. Yeah. Which crystal would you use to put energy into your tarot cards? It's like personal preference. I've got a rose quartz that I keep with mine.
Yeah, I have a rose quartz. I have my crystal weaver.
Yeah, or quartz. I just sort of leave it on top of the cards, kind of like that. They sit in this sits in the box with my cards, and I use it. This is what I use for reading. Personal preference really. I mean, quartz is always a winner because it'll amplify anything that you put it with.
Yep.
Just go to what you're drawn to. I would.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I think you need something blue, actually. Sorry, I'll just chuck that in. You need something blue on yours. Like a sodalite or a blue quartz or something like that. Oh, okay. I don't know. Is there anything to add there?
No. I mean, okay, fine. Oh, hi, Bridget.
Yeah, I'm getting tired now.
Mm.
Oh, crikey.
Okay.
Excuse me.
I've got this one. Can you see it? Do the work. You got to do the work. So, love this card though. Reminds me a little bit of Sanat Kumara, actually, Lord Sanat Kumara. A lot going on in your life, Pamela, right? Yeah. But you're wondering how to move forward with in certain aspects of your life. And they're really saying that the path that you are on, they're saying just continue as is. Even though you might feel at this point in time that that the situation requires more energy and more time than you're actually able to give. And it's almost like sometimes you feel a little bit disheartened, but they're saying, no, don't give up. Even though you feel drained at times, it's important not to give up at this point in time. Because everything right now is pivotal to your growth and expansion, including your spiritual connection. I can also see that there are loads of downloads going on within you. And it's really coming from the top and it's going through your crown chakra. So if you sometimes feel pressure there or headaches, that is what you're feeling, downloads. I also see that there is a lot shifting within you as well. I can see all the commotion around you. There's so much going on. But it's all about learning to switch the light back within you. I feel that for a time it has been dimmed, not so much dimmed, it's more doing your own soul work. Okay, because that is a necessity, and many people don't always understand that, but soul work is a necessity. And they're saying because you are doing that, it's almost like when the time is right, and that is nearly, it's time to rise up and get behind the driver, behind the wheel, and continue and drive on the journey of your life. I don't know what it is that you do, but I don't know if you're a healer. I don't know if there's something creative, but there is something that I mean, there are ways that you help other people. Okay. Right now, it's almost like you're sending out that signal to the universe and they're responding back to you. And what happens is that kind of creates a wave, an energetic wave that lays the foundation for the rest of your life. So right now it is really about doing your own work and learning to speak your own truth. Okay, not it doesn't matter what other people say. This is about learning to stand in your own authenticity and learning to speak your own truth and taking back your I am power. Okay, because a lot of the times in your life you have given that away. And yeah, being spiritual. Whoa, do you think that's an easy road? Oh no, heck no. They often say, like it comes with a price, and that price is actually time and effort. Okay, and that's actually why the angels and the light beings call it light work, because you have to get rid of the denseness within. You have to get rid of the heaviness within to work out your light. So it's a discardance of who you are not, back to the authentic being that you are. Okay. And when some people think, yeah, you know what, spiritual isn't easy, because spiritual isn't, it's not like it's a spiritual vacation, right? It's spiritual work. And that does mean you have to do the work and be willing to do that work. So it means like action, effort, surrender, and trust is needed. Being in the flow of things is needed. So it's really, right now, it's about learning to balance yourself, okay, between like what they say is like effort and effortlessness. And you need to understand that both of these energies actually need to move through your being. So all the layers of your etheric bodies, it really needs to move through. So currently I can also see that there is a lot, like when I was talking about the shifts, okay, but there's also a lot of healing going on within yourself. If you want to, they're saying also right now, please do not abandon anything that you are working on. Any kind of projects, or walking away from a situation. No, this is the time to continue. This is the time to walk through, even if it's like the eye of the storm, you have to walk through it, okay? Because right now you are needed more than ever. And once you walk through that, once you go through all this transitioning period, you stand back in the I am power that is you. They always talk about the I am, because I am all that you are in me, as you are all that you are in me. So we are but mere reflections of one another, okay? They're saying, so now is the time to show up and really do the work, okay? Because once you do, you will soar. And so maybe the times are a little bit crappy, but once you get through that, once you understand, you're off. You're off like a rocket. Okay, Kate, sorry, that was a little long.
Yeah, I mean, I've pretty much got what you got.
Shut up.
Like, yeah, there is a lot going on at the moment. I mean, and it's all about balance. Again, you do need to think about yourself and have a little bit of time out for yourself. You can't always do things just for other people.
No.
You need to balance what you're doing, and you may need to stand your ground with that, and defend yourself a little bit. People, not everyone, might not like particularly what you're doing or how you're doing it or whatever, but it's a case of choose your battles wisely, stand your ground, make sure you've got that balance there, so you have got that time for yourself. I feel that you are a confident person and you don't really have too much trouble speaking your mind. But again, it's just getting that balance right, but your situation is going to move forward, and it will move forward quite quickly. So yeah, that's kind of it really.
No, we can answer that. I can answer that. Let me know that I have some connection. Last name is Ramsey. Okay. Bridget. Yeah, I mean, you could have had. I mean, many of us have had lives in ancient Egypt. Kate has. I have. You know, we've had many, many lifetimes. So yeah, if you have a connection to ancient Egypt and you want to delve into that, then just yeah, go ahead. I think that's what they meant.
It'll be a past life connection.
Yes, that would be a past life connection. Yeah, absolutely. So I don't know what else. Sorry?
Yeah, past life regression is a good one. It's a good one to do. If you're wondering about specific past lives, they can take you. They can sort of regress you back there. Kirsty Grogan does past life regression. She's on the channel here, so maybe sort of look her up and see what she can do. I feel like it's just like I just want to pick up the thread of it and see where it goes. If you was to go into a meditation and pick up the thread on it, you'd be able to. It's like a string, you know. Yeah. And if you follow the string of where it goes, it'll take you there.
Yeah. But yeah, regression with Kirsty would be a good one. You know, to get into.
Yeah, that is a good way to do it.
Yeah. I hope that helps, Bridget.
Oh God, yeah, definitely. Probably, I would have thought so. Yeah, possibly. There'll be something that's happened in a past life somewhere that will be putting up a blockage somewhere. Yeah. I had that. I didn't particularly appreciate being treated the way I was treated, with queues of people to, you know, who had waited for hours to see how they died. But like, yeah, that was a big block for me. That's a big block. Yeah, because obviously, like it's a weird skill, and I didn't particularly want to do it, and I wasn't treated well. I didn't have nice living quarters or anything like that. But that'll put up a block, definitely. But once you know what it is, it's like you know, it's not so bad. So you did try meditation, it caused a lot of fear. Okay, well, you know, maybe a past life regression would be better for you then.
Yeah, it helps move the block. It does help move the blockages because you understand.
Yeah, but you've got someone next to you as well, haven't you? You've got someone guiding you through it. It's like you're not there on your own, and you don't feel like you need to deal with it on your own because you've got another person there, and because they can hopefully, if they do the past life regression, and they can see where you are, you know. So if you choose somebody that's spiritual to do your past life regression, and they can see where you are, they're with you when you're there. So it's like you're not on your own.
Yep.
That might be a better way to do it, because if you start to feel awkward or whatever, they'll just bring you straight out because they can see where you are. They'll probably be able to see it coming and then sort of steer you away from it, but be able to tell you what it is at the same time.
Yeah, makes sense. Good night.
Yeah. I'm yeah. Right then. Well, that is it for today. Thank you very much, everybody, for your questions. yeah, it's been good. We'll see
Has
you in
been
a
good.
couple of weeks' time.
Yes, we could go on all night, but that's not going to happen. No, we've done this before, where it's become like nearly 3 hours. No,
Yeah, yeah.
Richard will snack us.
Right.
So thank
Bye
you
then.
all for joining us tonight, and we hope to see you soon.
Bye.